Welcome to TV 50's coverage of Green Machine football in the Class 4A quarterfinals. Geneseo tonight in Chicago at Gately Stadium, playing the Chicago Phillips Wildcats. Geneseo the 4th seed at 10-1, and the Wildcats, seeded number 9 with 2 upset wins, are 8-3. Kickoff less than 1 minute away on a rainy, windy night in Chi-Town. This is Lauren Lemke along with Bob Pettit. Here we go, Bob. Quarterfinal football. Geneseo's going to be kicking off to an explosive Wildcat football team.
It's a very explosive Wildcat football team, scoring 44 points a game. You know, the Leafs have to try to get that football back quick. And we're really crowded in this booth here. Going to try to get that football back as quick as they can and hang on to it so that explosive team doesn't get to touch the football. What a great Geneseo following here, Lauren. It looks like a home game with the people sitting out there in the rain with the umbrellas. And on the far side, they got a good 45 or 50 people also.
Brought about 4 or 5 buses in here, and we've got umbrellas and rain gear, and we want to thank Turpin's for providing the transportation tonight to get TV 50 to this ball game. We're all ready to go. We're dry and inside, so we'll take that, and so will Keith Kennett with the camera.
Fans are getting drenched, but it's still Maple Leaf football, and they'll do anything to watch it.
With the south wind to his back, Kevin Wolak will put the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. And back for the Wildcats, number 3, Brandon Lane, who's a dangerous return man, and Quavon Skangs, who's their leading wide receiver. Cowbells are out here at Gately Stadium. We're set for the quarterfinals. Geneseo, with a win, will play at home next week against Rockford Lutheran. Driving this kick all the way into the end zone is Wolak, aided by a 30-mile-per-hour wind.
It was out of the end zone. The Leafs didn't have to worry about coverage there. Leafs special teams have been outstanding also this year, and those guys, you know, in and out, they really haven't had any major returns on us at all. But the coverage right there, of course, it was unnecessary. That ball was out of the end zone.
Geneseo's going to face a quarterback for Phillips. Dwayne Collins, almost 3,700 total yards off passing and rushing. He's got 45 touchdowns, and they'll spread it out. We'll see the spread offense all night. Collins will be in the shotgun formation. They have 3 receivers. They will hand it off to their tailback. Defender misses at the line of scrimmage, and it's a short run there for the Wildcats to start this game.
Kicked out there, and I believe it was Ryan Pitra there, tripped him up. Tried to get outside, and Ryan grabbed him by the ankles, tripped him up, didn't get it. Short game, about 4 though.
A.J. Marmion starts at nose guard for Beck and Murray. Quarterback keeps it himself with room to run to the 30, out to the 35, still loose to the 45. And runs out of bounds along the Geneseo sideline at the 50. A run of over 25 yards for their quarterback, Collins, and right away we see the speed.
Wow. I bid on that. I thought he handed that football off. Looked like there was the running back tackle in the backfield, but he didn't have the football.
26-yard run by Collins. Again, who has almost 1,800 yards rushing on the season and 22 touchdowns. He had 4 touchdowns last week in their win over Evergreen Park. Whistle before the snap of the ball.
Got a no-huddle offense. They just go. They don't spend a lot of time. They just get up there and go. Got to move it back 5 yards. That's going to be a procedure penalty against Phillips. Geneseo
linebacker are Kyle Patterson and Ryan Webster on the outside. Brandon Mislow and Ryan Pitcher on the inside. Ray Singbush at corner. Trevor Craig at the other cornerback position. Matt Rowley at safety. And Cooper Humphreys at rover. So a 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15 for Phillips on their opening drive. 11:26 to play in the first quarter. Game just underway. 3 receivers with 1 back next to Collins. Collins fakes the handoff. It's a 4-yard run.
A.J. Marmion on the stop. He tucks that baby in there, and you don't know who's got the football. He reads that while it's in the running back's belly. Picked up about 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 11.
Phillips in their home blue uniforms, blue jerseys, blue pants, trimmed in white. Geneseo in their away white jerseys with the gold pants trimmed in green and white. 2nd and 11, QB Collins. Nice. He's caught for a 2-yard run. trying to get off the right side. Ryan Pitcher came up to help out on tackle, and I think Mike Murray was over there as well.
Murray over there on the far side, Nick Verbeck on this side, and A.J. Marmion in the middle. They got their work cut out for them. Critical down, 3rd and 9.
Ball in Geneseo territory at the 49. Collins will hand it off to their tailback. A run to the 45-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 5 for the Wildcats.
Initial hit by Verbeck. Kyle Patterson finished it off. It's going to be 4th and about 5, and they're thinking about going for it. 45 yards out. They are going for it. This will be a great place to get a stop.
Geneseo 3-down lineman. Quarterback keeper trying to get to the 1st down. Coming to this side, he stopped.
Did not
short
get
of the 1st down.
It looked like he was going to get outside on the left end. Great play coming up on the right defensive side. Stopped him 1 yard short.
Geneseo starting to
42-yard line's great field position.
Right, Geneseo starting to get used to the quarterback speed. It's first time we see the Geneseo offense with Jeremy May at center. Luke Snyder looks over this defense, a very tight defensive line. Hand Bakery, the fullback, out to the 46-yard line.
Leafs are going to just see if they can overpower them. Again, that defensive line, they're big fellas in there, but if they don't have a lot of lateral movement, we're going to try to blow some holes. Those backs hit the hole quick. There might be a nice seam there. There's not. The linebacking core is really deep. Big front.
Rob Smith at left guard, Nathan Frankie at right guard on 2nd down. Pitch it back to Singbush, looking for some room to run. A penalty flag thrown as Singbush gets to the 45-yard line.
That's not a very good. That's not a very good place for a flag to fly out there.
That was thrown by the linesman.
That's usually a holding, and it is. Unfortunately, Race had picked up the yardage, but that one's going to be called back, and it's going to be a big penalty against the Leafs.
So it'll be 2nd down again for Geneseo.
But the blocking schemes look like they're going to work unless they make some adjustments. Well, they got 8 guys. They got 8 guys down on the line. If they can get by that initial line, got some opportunities to make some cuts.
Mike Murray and Nick Verbeck at the tackles, Jacob Van Doren and Drew Himmelman at the ends. On 2nd and long for Geneseo. They toss it back to Webster. Webster with room to run. Cuts it up, spins, gets to midfield, and gets most of the penalty yards back. It'll be a short 3rd and 2 for the Maple Leafs with 9 minutes to play in this opening quarter. We're scoreless.
He did just that, Lauren. He got all his penalty yards back and got down in a very 3rd and manageable situation. Nice kick out block on that right end. And Webster made 1 cut. They got 8 guys up on that line. If we can break through right there, it could be some green grass in front or green turf in front.
3rd and 2. Geneseo's been very successful on 3rd and short this year. Toss it back, Singbush, left side. Looks for room to come back inside, and he has the 1st down as the marker is right in front of us here. It'll be a 1st down for Geneseo at the 47.
He only made that by a yard, but it's all he needed. So I'm not sure if as you look at this, they're trying to cut back against the grain, but I'm not sure if they don't just take a race to the sideline. They couldn't get around those ends.
Yeah, I agree. I think that outside is there. Geneseo ball, 1st and 10 at the Phillips 47. Singbush in motion, gets the ball, bounces off a tackler, and is out to the 45, a 2-yard run off left end.
They tackled the first man through so heavily that it jammed everything up. There's about 5 guys tackled him, but it jammed everything up. Had a hard time getting Singbush the ball. Still picked up a couple.
This Phillips defense, 24 points per game. That's what they're allowing to their opponents. So Geneseo trying to get some points here on their opening drive. They have it 2nd and 8 from the Wildcat 45-yard line. Give it to Singbush, trying to come around left end, turns it back upfield, puts his head down, and inside the 40, 3rd and about 3. Drew Himmelman will get the play from Larry Johnson. Joe Thomas comes out. And again, another manageable 3rd down for this Green Machine offense.
That's what they got to do. They're in Phillips territory, of course. 3rd and manageable, pretty easy. All they got to do is hang on the football and drive those legs.
Rain is coming down here at Gately Stadium. It's Acree, first down run up the middle, still on his feet as he takes the pile inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, Geneseo.
And once again, the Geneseo offensive line just keeps their legs churning as well as Lane Acree. They just keep rolling up yardage. This is the kind of drive the Leafs need to keep the football out of Phillips' hands.
Yeah, ball possession tonight. Take some time off the clock and get points.
And as Coach Johnson was quoted in the paper, at the end of this, there's got to be points.
Yeah, we've given up some points or not taken advantage of some field positions the last 2 games and left some points off the board. 1st and 10 from the 32. Second back, Acree trying to get behind Singbush, and very little running room off the left side.
Our offensive line is doing a very nice job of getting some thrust, but they're going to start getting some holes in there, and once they poke holes in that 8-man line, there's going to be some space behind it. It's going to happen.
Coming up to the line of scrimmage, lining up, 2nd and 9. Singbush in the backfield with Lane Acree. Counter play to Webster with room to run to the 30, the 25. Stiff arms the defender.
Hang on the football. Here you go.
Gets wrestled down from behind, but not until he gets inside the 15, and they mark it at the 12.
It was one man hanging on to Webster, had him by the shirt, and Webster just couldn't pull away. He kept moving. He moved about 15 yards after the defender grabbed his shirt, and it slowed him down enough for him to get help.
Opening drive of the first quarter, 6-minute mark, scoreless, but Geneseo on the move. On their first possession, they have it 1st and 10 at the Phillips 14.
It's going to be hard for them to defend that counter play.
Actually, the ball's at the 12. It's a soccer field. I'm getting mixed up on some of the lines. It's Acree. No, it's Webster off the right side, inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line, a run of 6.
Leafs can get a first down here. Don't have to get the touchdown on this, but it's going to be 2nd and about 5.
Geneseo stops Phillips on downs.
I was glad to see Ryan Webster wrap both hands over that ball and just keep driving those legs.
This drive started at the 42-yard line of Geneseo. They have it 2nd and 4 from about the 6-yard line. Toss it back, Webster looking for a convoy, breaks a tackle, goes to the end zone, lost the football.
It's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown, yes.
He signaled touchdown. Had he not crossed the plane, I think it was Luke Snyder fell on the football anyway, so it is Geneseo touchdown. Give away a pizza.
10th caller, La Roma Pizza, win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
Well, just what the doctor ordered there, Lauren. Leafs won the coin toss, deferred, let Phillips have the football first, held him on downs, took the ball down the field for a score. It's exactly, you couldn't have planned it any better.
Now it's Kevin Wolak again, the wind at his back, winds out of the south here at around 20 to 25. And Kevin just drills this through the upright. 7-0 Geneseo, 5:02 to play in the first quarter against Chicago Phillips. This is a quarterfinal Class 4A playoff game.
A productive start. Coach Johnson's been dreaming about that start. Now the next order of business is to kick that ball in the end zone one more time and stop him again.
Well, this field is a turf field. I got to get the lines right because I kind of missed that touchdown with the soccer lines are kind of messing me up here.
We're looking at white lines, Lauren.
Okay.
The yellow lines appear to be soccer, and the red lines appear to be either rugby or lacrosse or field hockey or something. I don't know. But it's a Chicago Public League stadium, so whatever sports they play in the public league, they're here.
So, again, Webster was in for the touchdown, then lost the football. 6-yard touchdown run for him. It completed a 10-play, 58-yard scoring drive for the Green Machine. Took almost 5 minutes off this first quarter clock. Geneseo had 7-0, 5:02 to play. And I had Geneseo 2 out of 2 on third down conversions.
They were third and short.
That's what we want.
And that's obviously what you want to set up.
Wolak will kick off. Again, drive it. And it's fielded right at the goal line. Brought up by Skanes to the 15 and wrapped up and brought down. Justin Scott, Southmore, special teams.
Justin Scott just ran right through him, did not hesitate, crossed the line about the same time Kevin Wolick released the football off his foot, and he just busted him. Did not allow him to get ahead of steam. He did catch the ball with 1 foot on the goal line, returned it, as you said, out to about the 14-yard line, and it was dropped dead.
Second look at the Wildcat offense. Their drive stalled on 4th down, 4th and 5 at the Geneseo 42-yard line. Collins did most of the damage on that opening drive with his legs. We have yet to see a pass. On 1st down, Collins keeps it right side, trying to get outside, and coming down the line, it's Patterson.
Patterson chases him down from behind. Also, Cooper Humphreys out there ready to turn him in if need be. Like you said, Lauren, they're getting the hang of this now. He got picked up about a yard, but it looked like he might have had some room out there, but the Leafs are reading it. You know, you have to see this live a couple times to start to read it well.
2nd down and 8, a 2-yard run by Collins. He'll try it again, this time to this side. Slips through a tackle, lost the ball. It's on the turf at the 20-yard line. And the signal is Geneseo football.
I don't know. I'm not sure who came out of there. Okay, we're saying maybe Verbeck. Marmion celebrating a lot. Marmion might have got the strip. When we're home, we get to see the replay. we're gonna give that fumble recovery, I believe, to Verbeck, and if we're wrong, we apologize. Marmion celebrating. I mean, he might have got the strip.
Geneseo has it 1st and 10 at the Phillips 19-yard line, ahead 7-0 in this first quarter. 4 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock.
We talked at the onset, Lauren, about the Phillips not seeing this physical of a defense.
Toss the Webster looking to get to the outside. No room there. Cut it back. I believe lost a yard back to the 20.
I believe it was Singbush with the football, unless I can't see.
Did I say Singbush or not? That was Singbush.
It was Singbush with the football.
Right.
Yep, for the loss.
So it'll be 2nd and 11.
There was really no way for him to go. The defensive end, they have 8 people on the line, but that stand-up defensive end just kind of boxed that thing in. There was no place to go. These guys were big on that line, and you got to kind of just screen them off a little bit and try to create a seam.
And they're fast too. Number 44, their linebacker, probably their best defensive player. As they give it to Acree, he crashes a linebacker, breaks the tackle, 10, 5, it's a Geneseo touchdown for Lane Acree from 20 yards away, and Geneseo goes up 13-0.
That's the seam we were talking about, Lauren. You just need a little seam to break that 8-man line, and then you got some open space.
10th caller, La Roma Pizza. You win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only. Must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171. We're on the Geneseo side here, Bob. You can hear the Green Machine chant.
Well, we outnumber their fans by a great number. I would say 10-1 minimum, maybe more than that. And they probably have not seen anything quite like this little small town.
Snap is bobbled by Rowley. He rolls out, throws the football, and it's incomplete. And so the conversion by Geneseo fails, and the score remains 13-0.
Well, you know that wet turf is going to cause a few little errors tonight. The first one, of course, by Phillips, put the ball on the floor, on the ground, and that's what allowed Geneseo to recover the football and get a quick strike. But it kind of backfires on that extra point right there because that was a slick football, and Rowley just couldn't hang on.
Scoring drive, a short field for Geneseo, 19 yards. It just took 2 plays, and it was a 20-yard run by Lane Acree. Again, the extra point no good. And Lane Acree has his 5th touchdown of the season. Webster had his 13th a moment ago. Not even 9 minutes into it, Geneseo's got 2 scores on the board.
Lane Acree only had to break 1 tackle, really, because once you get through that line, you just create a little seam. He broke that 1 tackle, and there was nobody going to catch him. Just nothing but daylight in front of him.
Rain is coming down here at Gately Stadium.
Well, so far the Leafs have kicked off twice. This is the 3rd time. We're still in the first quarter. And the first one was out of the end zone. The second one at the end zone line returned out to about the 12-yard line. Great field position for the Leafs defensively.
Here's Wolak to restart it. Again, he's going to drive it deep. It's going to hit in the end zone. It's a touchback.
It's out of the end zone one more time with the wind at his back, and he's feeling these oats tonight. Kevin's really booting the football. No reason to pooch it tonight.
So the Wildcats will start from the 20-yard line. They fumbled last time. and Geneseo took advantage of a 20-yard field and scored. Winner moves on to the semifinals in Class 4A, a victory by the Green Machine. It'll be a home game against Rockford Lutheran, which defeated Harvard today 28-24. Shotgun formation for the Wildcats. Collins hands it off. Corey Warren, the tailback, 2 yards to the 22.
Trapped inside. Nick Verbeck had him in the backfield, or pushed him in the backfield, created a lot of havoc, and A.J. Marmion brings him down just for about a yard and a half gain.
Geneseo playing a 3-4 defense. They're staying in their base defense tonight.
Those 3 big guys up front do just an incredible job. The linebacking core is right behind them.
Now they bring in Luke Snyder as a 5th defensive back. Rolling out, first pass play. Collins throws, completes it at the 28, and then gets drilled after the catch.
I couldn't see it on the far side. It's really hard to see who that was. But he did get drilled. Tried to make a little bit of a hook after the catch. That's Ray Singbush that put the pop on him. Ray Singbush just ran right through him. He's trying to put a hook, get a little yardage after the catch, 3rd and 2.
5-yard pass completion, 3rd and short. It's Warren with a flag thrown and a legal false start there by the Wildcats. That'll back them up 5 yards and make it 3rd and 7.
The whistle was blown, so that obviously they're not going to have an opportunity to decline that, but they stopped him short of the first down. Probably would have been 4th and short, but on the 30-yard line, they may have been forced to kick. That's all for naught, of course, because it's going to go back 5 yards and be 3rd and 8.
Collins throws a fastball, tight spiral. He's thrown for 1,900 yards this season. He's 1 for 1 tonight. 3rd and 7 over the middle. His pass is intercepted and dropped. I thought Humphreys had it, juggled it, called it too early, and then pitcher almost had it.
Humphreys hit it about 5 times. He was doing a juggling act out there. Up in the air, pitcher comes over to try to take it, and he dropped it. But the Leafs are going to get the football back unless something crazy happens here, because it's going to be 4th and 8. Back at about the 23-yard line.
Pass falls incomplete again. Phillips is going into this gusty south wind.
I'd like to see how far he could return that ball. It would have been really, really close to a pick 6.
Low snap. Punt is on its way. Spinning end over end into the wind. And it comes to rest at the 42 of Phillips. So Geneseo has great field position in the Wildcats territory.
Well, the Leafs kicked off to start the ball game. Here, we're still 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and there's a 3rd possession, and they've had great field possession in each case. First time stopped on downs, second one on a fumble, and this one here on just a horrible punt.
Geneseo will come out and break the huddle here. Ball actually back at the 43-yard line. That's where Geneseo starts, and they send out Jordan Melke, a senior split end, to the right side. On the wing is Webster. Pitch it back to Webster. Webster inside the 35 down to the 32, and that looks to be a first down.
Well, obviously, Phillips, you get to the quarterfinals of the state tournament, you have to have a good football team, and they've won, some tough games this year. But we knew coming in that they have not seen an offense like this, and they have certainly not seen a physical defense like we have. And both the offense and the defense are teaching them a lesson to this point.
Right. Phillips has had 3 losses this season by a total of 7 points, and Geneseo with a 13-0 lead has it 1st and 10 from the 32. It's Singbush getting outside to the 30, cuts it to the 25, to the 20, and runs out of bounds along the Phillips sideline, close to the 15-yard line.
Race got that ball out of bounds, and I was waiting for that Phillips guy to drill him out of bounds and pick up a 15-yard penalty, but we sure don't need Ray Singbush hurt at this point. So they held back and showed some sportsmanship on that play.
Race with 230 yards last week against Plano in the win. That was a 16-yard run, as he's nearing 1,000 yards this season rushing.
They're just blowing their blocks. Phillips has no answer for this offense right now.
From the Wildcat 16, counter to Singbush, dodging his way through, gets loose to the 5, and looks to be another Geneseo first down at the 5-yard line.
3 plays, 3 first downs on this drive. Got the ball a little past the 40-yard line, and they have just moved that ball right down. Oh, they're not going to give them they're not going to be a first down. It's going to be second and very short.
Mark it at the 7.
We called that a little soon. It did look like he was closer to the 5-yard line. Must have hit his knee.
1 minute to play in this first quarter. Geneseo 13, Phillips 0. Geneseo second and short as they threaten again to score before this first quarter comes to an end. Full house backfield for Geneseo. Give it to Webster, weaving his way close to the goal line. He has the first down as he stopped inside the 1.
Webster, once again, just tucking both arms around that football and just driving his legs. No reason to get fancy. Just get the yardages they give you, and it's going to be first and goal on the 1-yard line. Don't be confused, Lauren. It's on the yellow line. You got to go to the white one.
Okay. We got it this time. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Geneseo 13-0. It's Lane Acree. He's in for the touchdown. Geneseo goes up 19-0. That looked easy.
That was way too easy. He never did go down. The offensive line just drove the defensive line back into the end zone. Lane Acree followed right behind him, and it's 3 scores. 19 right now.
10th caller, La Roma Pizza, 944-6171. Win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only must redeem within 1 week.
23 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, and the Leafs and the golden toe of
I think we're going to go for 2.
Mr. Wallach's going for 20. Oh, they're going for 2. You're correct.
We're going for 2 after the missed extra point.
Try to get back this up on even 7s.
Unbalanced line to the left side. Full house backfield. It's Singbush going behind the blockers, and he's able to get in for the 2-point conversion. That'll make it 21-0 with 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. Geneseo looking maybe get a running clock here.
That offensive line, the Maple Leafs, Jeremy May in the middle, Rob Smith, Nathan Frankie for Beck and Murray at the tackles. I didn't know which ends. They run the ends off. Jacob Van Dorn out there most of the time. Milky, Joe Thomas, Drew Hillman, all the guys that play the end spots. They are just annihilating the defensive line of Chicago Phillips.
5-play scoring drive, covered 43 yards in 1 minute and 37 seconds. It was Acree for 1-yard touchdown run, and Singbush with the run for the 2-point, 21-0. Geneseo.
You know, you can't really, by the body language, it almost looks like they've given up already. That can't possibly be, of course, because they score a lot of points over the course of the season. They've had a 44-point average, but body language is they just look like they can't play with us.
They gave up 21 points last week in the game to Evergreen Park, and Phillips has given up 21 to Geneseo here in the first quarter. Skanes will take this kickoff, return it to the 20, and gets out to about the 30-yard line. And the clock stops with 15 seconds to play in the first quarter.
It looked like Beard on the tackle, Josh Beard on that tackle along with some other guys, but I saw Beard fling him to the ground. Always one of the first guys down there. Great special teams by the Leafs this year.
Expect a run here. They're probably not going to throw it.
Wildcats come from the sideline to line up for this play. This will probably be the last play of this first quarter unless we have an incomplete pass. And 4th possession for Phillips. It's the tailback. Warren breaks a tackle, gets to the 40. He has a first down run. He'll stop the clock just for a moment to set the chains.
Yeah, Chase down on the far side over there was that. It's really hard to see tonight for some reason.
I don't know if it's the glare off the windows here or
I don't know.
the rainy field. But 6 seconds, and we're going to end this first quarter here from Gately Stadium. We played one. Geneseo with a shutout, and they scored on all 3 possessions. It's Geneseo 21, Phillips 0.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
So Turpin Motors provided your transportation to this football game, and that car will be available at a discount next week.
If that's what you say, Bob.
Barely used.
We start the second period with Phillips having possession of the ball. Geneseo up 21-0 after 1 quarter of play. On first down, it's a sack in the backfield. Brandon Mislow gets to the quarterback.
Brandon Mislow busts through. Play hadn't have a chance to develop. He was all over it. I'll bet that's something he hasn't seen a lot of this year. That quarterback is pretty slick, but he was not going to get out of that one. The reason I couldn't read that number over there was an unfamiliar number, but Devin Haxby was at the end of the quarter pushed the running back out of bounds. Haxby getting his time in there.
Loss of 5 on the play, and for Mislow, that's his 8th tackle for a loss this season. Glad to see him back in. High snap, it's Collins. Gets back to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Wildcats.
That's obviously what we like to have. You hold them on 1st and 2nd down and make for 3rd and long. You got a lot better chance. It cuts their options down. I don't know whether you expect him to put the ball up or if you expect him to keep the football, but I'd bet on one of those 2 options.
Collins 1 of 2 throwing the football tonight. It's a passing situation on 3rd and 12, and we have a whistle and a timeout taken by Phillips. Their coach is Troy McAllister. He's in his 3rd season, a 20-10 overall record, and just the 3rd time Phillips is in the playoffs.
Had never had a playoff win until this year. They had been in the previous 2 times and lost the first game. One time to Rock Island Alderman.
Right, 2 years ago.
Couple years ago by a pretty predominant score. It was like, how much was it?
49-0.
49-0, yeah, that was not a close game.
And I think Alleman, last we heard, they were way up on Quincy Notre Dame, and that game's a final, but we don't have the exact score, but it looks like Alleman is going to be in the semifinals in the South.
Probably Rochester.
Rochester.
Just guessing.
We have 10:55 to play before halftime. It's Geneseo 21, Chicago Phillips 0 from Gately Stadium. Rain continues to come down here on a cool Saturday night. Temperature, we kind of lucked out. Probably feels like 50 degrees out there with the wind. Feels pretty good inside here, though.
Once again, the Maple Leafs defense against a incredibly high-powered offense gets a shutout quarter. They just keep rolling up those goose eggs.
On 3rd and 12, in the pocket, looking deep, nobody to throw to. Geneseo trying to get pressure on Collins. Now he lets loose and completes it to Skanes for a 1st down at the 40-yard line of Geneseo. They mark him out at the 39. So you have their leading receiver make a catch.
The coverage was actually very good, Lauren. He just had way too much time. We just could not put any pressure on the quarterback for some reason on that particular play, and he had just too much time. The coverage was very good. It just was too much time.
On 1st down, quarterback up the middle, Collins to the Geneseo 34. It's a run of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Talked about the guys in blue out there with the slumped shoulders. You know, their body language was saying we're defeated, but if you give them an opportunity to break that open, that can change. Really want to get a stop here and not give them anything positive.
Plays, they give it to their tailback, Corey Warren. Warren to the 31. We'll call it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it was a shame because it was a 3rd and long situation. Great coverage by the D-backs, just didn't get the pressure on the quarterback. The blocking was, for some reason, they just were able to hold us back.
Phillips gets the play in from the sidelines.
And they're definitely in 3rd down territory and do not kick field goals, so they're probably got 2 plays to get this.
Geneseo trying to read this quickly. It's Collins, slips by, gets a 1st down as he is tackled at the 21-yard line of Geneseo. And they'll move the chains with the 9:55 to play before half.
Collins ran pretty well in the first drive until they at least stalled him on downs, held him on 4th down, but on the next ensuing 2 drives, he was not very effective, but he's got it back here.
Collins will fake it and then get tackled in the backfield by Mislow.
Mislow again. It looked like Mislow had the assignment to take the quarterback, regardless of whether he had the football or not. And he hung on to that football, and he probably wishes he hadn't right now.
The loss of 3. And again, the Wildcats get the play signaled in from the sideline. They don't have a messenger system, so they get the play and they line up again, spread it out. 2 receivers wide right. It's Craig and Cooper's on the receivers, but they'll run it. And it's Warren up to about the 21-yard line.
Close to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and long one more time, 3rd and about 10. Leafs holding them again on 1st and 2nd down, which is a huge key. Now you just got to finish it off here. Again, they do not kick field goals much. Oop, just about bit it. They don't kick field goals much, so they're probably going to go for this.
In the gun, Collins looking to throw. Steps up and throws. It's a wobbler that is going to be dropped at the 12-yard line.
It's going to be 4th and 10, but as I was saying, they're not going to kick it anywhere on the 21-yard line, so they're going to go for 4th and 10 on the 21.
Stops the clock, 8:45 to play in the second period. It's 21-0 Geneseo over Chicago Phillips, Class 4A quarterfinals.
That receiver did have a step. He was open. That ball had to be perfectly thrown, though. Defensive backfield doing a nice job.
Rolling out, Collins
pressure.
Looking to throw, pressure coming, eludes it, throws it back over the middle and incomplete with Patterson and Humphreys on the coverage. And Marmion and Verbeck with the pressure.
Another stop by the Leafs. They come up big again. Another goose egg by the Leaf defense. There was pressure that time, but he eluded the pressure. Had time to look downfield, get that throw, but the coverage was really good. Outstanding coverage by the Leaf defensive backs.
Deepest drive for Phillips. It stalls at the 22-yard line, and that's where Geneseo takes over for the 4th time. They've scored on all 3 of their possessions in this first half.
From what we've seen to this point, Lauren, I'd say he's got almost 1,900 yards passing this year, but the reason is because he's so elusive that he has time to throw, but when you put pressure on him, he has trouble.
Tight formation for Geneseo on their first down play. Toss it to Singbush rather, and it's Singbush weaving his way through, able to find a crease and gets it out to the 30-yard line.
Love getting big yardage on first down. That makes the others easier. You know, it just kind of looks like they're going to try. The seams aren't very big. It looks like, with that big 8-man line, it looks like they're going to stop it. But they just find a little seam and boom, you got yardage.
They have good quickness, the Phillips defense.
They got 3 guys, 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, nobody deep.
8 guys in the box on 2nd and short. Acree up the middle, room to run to the 40 at midfield, and is tripped up in the Phillips territory. They'll spot it at the 49.
Once you get through that line, there's one guy usually, and they only have one guy a chance to stop him. Big yardage by Acree. And the offensive line is giving them that crease that they need.
Acree with a 21-yard carry. A gain of 21. Ball right at the Phillips 49-yard line. Himmelman and Van Doren at the ends, and Webster and Singbush will line up at the wings.
It's one play, guys, one play.
In motion is Singbush. It's Acree up the middle. Bounces off a tackler, puts his head down, carries the pile inside the 40. Still going, and now they whistle him down, even though his momentum was still going forward. They'll stop his progress at the 37.
And the Geneseo crowd does not like that call. They whistled him dead, even though he never went down. But to be honest with you, the offensive lineman that came up and pushed that pile actually pushed the running back, which you can't do. You can push the pile, but not the running back, so probably blew it dead right there.
Back-to-back first down runs for Lane Acree.
They have no answer for this.
7:20 to play in the first half. 21-0 Geneseo. Again, it's Acree. Bounces off the first line of defense and then gets tripped up, and it's a gain of 1.
The seam was not there on that play, and so when he had to bounce off the defender, that allowed the backers to come up. But once you just get through that little crease, they only picked up about a yard on that one. You know that we talked about the slump shoulders that they had, and then they got that energy going down the field. But that fourth down stop by the Leafs, they got the slump shoulders again.
They got to tackle Geneseo on every play. This running offense for Geneseo, they have not thrown the ball yet. And they toss it back to Singbush. Left side, he's got opening. And Singbush is tackled along the sideline here. Just shy of the 31. They mark it at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, about 3rd and 4. And again, the Leafs pretty much in 4-down territory. Also, Kevin Wolick was really kicking some long field goals before the game, but he was kicking with the wind at his back. Currently, they're going into the wind.
Heading to that south end zone, moving right to left. Joe Thomas brings in the play with Luke Snyder. And up to the line comes the Geneseo Green Machine.
Let's just pick up the first down right here and don't have to worry about that fourth down play.
Timeout taken by Coach Larry Johnson. And Geneseo will talk this one over.
Larry Johnson second-guessing himself. We're not allowed to do that, but he can do it to himself.
Lane Acree's got 2 touchdowns tonight. Ryan Webster started this game off with a short touchdown run, and it's 21-0.
I'm pretty sure he didn't see a defensive adjustment out there because they have not made one this game. They just keep putting 8 people in the box, and if they can make the play, they do, and if they can't, they just keep playing.
Yeah, Geneseo's happy getting 4 or 5 yards a run and taking some time off the clock. I know we had 21 in the first quarter and maybe thought maybe a running clock here, but it's about getting a win today and staying healthy.
It is about getting really staying healthy. But 8 in the box is really good if you can stop the running game, but they have not done that. At least have not had to put the ball up. I don't know what would happen if they did put it up because there's nobody back. I don't know if those linebackers could actually retreat that fast.
Jordan Shanowski is in the Geneseo backfield for Ryan Webster on this play.
The Leafs have committed to the ground game. They've completed the ball control, clock control offense, and it's very effective. Been very effective today.
It's 3rd and 4 from the 31 of Chicago Phillips. Snyder under center behind Jeremy May. Gives it to Acree with room to run up the middle at the 25, the 10. He's into the end zone. It's a Green Machine touchdown. Lane Acree makes it 27-0, Green Machine.
How do you run the football against a quarterfinal team up the middle and not get touched? I don't think there was a hand even touched him.
10th caller to La Roma Pizza. You win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza 944-6171.
The key right now is just keep playing. Don't let up. There's no reason to let up right now because this team that scores 44 points a game, you don't want to even let them think about getting back in this game.
Wolak to kick into the south breeze. Puts it up high, and it's good. 28-0, Geneseo 4 for 4 tonight. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns.
Again, Lauren, they have not played against this type of offense this year, and it's hard to simulate in practice, especially when you only got a week to do it. So they have not seen a lot of the things that the Maple Leafs are doing here, and they got no answers. They're just getting bowled over. Again, the offensive line have just been blowing their guys off the line, creating that seam, and gone.
In these last few plays, it looks like that hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger for the backs to run through. A 31-yard touchdown run for Lane Acree, his 3rd on the night. He's got 7 on the year. It covered 78 yards, 6 plays, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And again, Geneseo stopping Phillips at the Geneseo 22-yard line and then just taking it right back. We've seen that the other 2 playoff games too for the Green Machine offense. And the ball comes off the tee because of the wind, and Kevin Wolak's going to have to put it back and hope it stays.
Well, mentally, they've had no answers on either side of the football, but they also know that the Leafs have been throwing shutouts, and they're probably wondering how they're ever going to score 28 points against a team like this.
Here's Kevin Wolak. We'll see as he kicks into a 30-mile-per-hour wind. Ball spinning end over end, short, fielded at the 32, and brought back up 2 yards to the 34-yard line.
Cooper Humphrey's over there. Jordan Sanowski's over there. Pretty sure Justin Scott was in on that one again, too.
Again, we check the defense here for Geneseo, and 2 deep safeties. Matt Rowley and Luke Snyder are back deep. Ryan Webster's out as they have a nickel package here on 1st and 10. Quarterback's going to hand it off, and nowhere to go. It's a loss on the play. That's Mislow coming in again. That's his 3rd tackle for loss tonight.
Mislow looked like he was heading for the quarterback on every play, but when the running back's got the football, I guess he can take him too. Trying to rip the football out on the way.
And I don't know if the running back wanted to take the ball. 2nd and long, quarterback keeper, and he gets drilled right at the line of scrimmage.
Cooper Humphreys shot through, didn't get a square shot on him, but knocked him aside, and it didn't pick up who did get the square shot on him, but he went down. Very short gain, 3rd and about 13.
5 minutes and 30 seconds to play before halftime. It's 28-0. Geneseo on top of Chicago Phillips.
This high-powered offense is having a hard time figuring out exactly what they can do against this defense.
Again, Phillips averaged 44 points per game this season. They're shut out. A wobbly pass, incomplete. That kind of came out kind of spinning.
It did. It came out like a wounded duck, just over the head of the intended receiver. And Cooper Humphreys coming up. Had the receiver caught that ball, he was going to blast him. That receiver's kind of glad he didn't catch that football because he wasn't going to get a first down and he was going to get hurt.
Back deep for Geneseo is Matt Rowley, number 16, and Devin Haxby, number 33. The Wildcats will be punting with the wind at their back. And standing inside the 20-yard line.
Punting against the wind was not good. We'll see how he does with the wind at his back.
Aaron Clayton takes the snap, takes his time. And this is going to come down and hit the turf at the 35. Rowley comes up and picks it up at the 31 to keep it from going any further. And here comes the Green Machine offense.
Rowley didn't take any chances with that. Just sure-handed, just picked up the football and went down. Keep it from bouncing any further. It probably saved him anywhere from 5 to 10 yards. Good play by Matthew.
It's like Ryan Webster is back in the lineup for Geneseo. Coach Johnson gives the call to Luke Snyder.
Yep.
I thought he was coming back to get it. A different play.
I think he was yelling at him as he was going out. Had to make sure he got the whole message.
Starting from their own 31-yard line. Green Machine, they line it up. Webster in motion, and it's Singbush. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all as he's wrapped up.
Coach is in the booth here. We get to share the booth with the Geneseo coaching staff, and they're saying you got to sell it. Didn't quite sell that one the way they wanted to on that one. Picked up basically no gain.
Michael Morgan made the stop for Phillips. And it's second and 10.
Snyder's going to keep one of these, and I don't think they're going to be able to catch up with him.
I hear you there. Second and long. Webster in motion. Give him the ball. Trying to get around right hand. Being chased by 4 defenders. A penalty flag comes in as Webster goes out of bounds after a short run. And again, this is an area where you probably see a hold call.
You never like to see him out there in the open because, when you hold out, use your hands illegally out there in the open, they're going to see that. Going to march this one off against the Leafs, and actually that thing, the infraction was in the backfield, so it's going to be way back there. It's going to be from the point of infraction, going to go all the way back to the 19-yard line. So it's second and a whole bunch.
Yeah, 32-yard line is where Geneseo needs. No, they need to get to the 42.
Leafs have not had to kick yet, and they really don't want to kick from here because they'll be kicking into the wind with quite a bit of time left in the half here. So they really want to pick up some big yardage on this.
So it's me second down and let me get my math here. I think it's second down and 23. If they put it down at the 19.
Right about there, 22, 23 yards. It's a long way. Leafs have not put the ball in the air yet. Obviously, you have to be a little bit tempted right now. Oh, now what's going on?
I don't know. I think he brought the ball. The official brought the ball back to the 30-yard line. I think he's going to mark it off. Or did they decline the penalty? They got a third down mark. They declined the penalty.
My goodness.
So instead of second, it's third and 11. From the 30-yard line. Double wing. Webster down the line in motion. Acree with the call to the 34-yard line, short of the first down, and Geneseo will come in and punt the ball.
So apparently that pays off. It didn't look like a wise call at the time.
Fourth down marker, and here comes the punt team.
I think there was some confusion. Maybe they didn't know, some of them maybe didn't know it was third down, but I'm sure the coaching staff knew it was third down. They needed to pick up 11 yards.
Clock on the move, 3:45 to play before halftime. Geneseo up by 28 points, 28-0 over Chicago Phillips. And first time we'll see Kevin Wolak punt the football tonight. He's been busy with kickoffs and extra points, standing at his own 24-yard line with one return man back deep at the 30.
Oh, good bounce. Nice, nice.
Rolls to the return man. Skanes at the 28.
There's a clip.
There's a clip. And Skanes is tackled at the 31.
I think that was the guy that got clipped. It was Haxby got clipped. He got up and made the tackle anyway. That ball's going to be moved way back. Got blocked in the back. Got blocked in the back, got up and made the tackle anyway. Devin Haxby wants to play this football game.
Lane Acree took a shot downfield too, and he appears to be okay. It takes a lot to hurt Lane Acree.
Yeah. I ran into some Mercer County folks this week, and they're having a great football season also, but boy, they're wondering what they could be with Lane Acree there. He was over there till about 7th grade, I believe. So.
Yeah, we've had Lane Acree, Luke Snyder, Brandon Mislow, all move in.
Yep.
First and 10, and it's Collins who fakes the handoff, gets to the 20-yard line. He may have lost a half yard on the play.
That's A.J. Marmion busting through the middle of that line. The nose tackle just kind of busted through.
Rain continues to come down.
Another tackle for a loss for A.J. Marmion.
3 minutes to play before halftime. 2nd and 11. Two wide receivers out right. Collins in the pocket, zips it out there, and it's incomplete, intended for Skanes with Luke Snyder on the coverage. Skanes broke off that pass pattern to the sideline, was open, but not a good pass.
Yeah, Snyder gave him a little bit of a buffer there. He had about a 3-yard buffer, but ball was misthrown, and I'm wondering right now how they threw for 1,900 yards. It's they must not see the same kind of pressure that they're seeing tonight.
So the incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 11 from the Wildcats' own 20-yard line. Geneseo, there's a penalty flag coming out of the pocket.
That's going to be
the umpire.
Yep, that's going to be on the offense. Procedure penalty once again. And they're kind of unraveling on the Phillips side of the football. It's 28-0 with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to go here in the first half. And the Leafs have dominated the football game in every way.
Backs him up 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 16. Snap is fumbled by Collins, picks it up quick, looking for the screen, just throws it up. Is it intercepted? No, incomplete. Scooping it up is Pitra, but they said it hit the ground first, right in front of the umpire.
Talk about selling a call. Pitcher was really trying to sell that when he was laying on the ground, showing the official the football, but apparently the official had a pretty good eyeball on it. Must have bounced, but the Leafs are going to get the football. Once again, Phillips is going to have to kick with the wind at their back. The last punt was very low trajectory. Bounced to Matt Rowley.
Haxby and Rowley inside the 50-yard line. 3rd punt for the Wildcats. No pressure. Geneseo might set up a return here. It's a Rowley calls fair catch as he looks into the rain and bobbles the ball, muffs it, and that play's going to be dead here because he called fair catch.
Yeah.
And when he picked up the ball, that was that killed the play. Ball back to the 42 of Geneseo.
Matt Rowley kind of misplayed the wind there. He just didn't misjudge what that wind is going to do to that football. It must be really blowing. That flag is pretty stiff. That ball looked like he was going to land in his arms, and it went over his head, and he had to try to retrieve that thing. Got a hand on it, and then had to pick it up on the bounce. But at least, once again, great field position.
They do, and they've got 2 minutes and 17 seconds, 2-minute offense. Again, Geneseo's going to get the football to start the 3rd quarter. Let's get a score out of this, make it 35. At the line of scrimmage with Melky split out wide left. Trying to sweep it with Singbush. Room to run to the 45, trying to get free. And tackled up high and brought down after a run of about 5. Looked like that was going to break open.
It did look like it was going to break open, but that was a nice tackle by that Phillips defender, and we haven't seen a lot of that. We have not seen that kind of toughness tonight. I think, they were kind of stunned by the toughness of the defense of Geneseo Maple Leafs, and they finally put a smack on one of our running backs there in Singbush. He did help him up, though, after he was down.
Tackle made by number 32, Amani Jones. It's a gain of 5, 1:44 to play before half. on 2nd and 5. Snyder rolls right, throws it, complete to Singbush at the 45-yard line, to the 40, to the 30, down to the 20. Singbush to the 10, he's into the end zone. It's a Green Machine touchdown.
Once again, now that 2-minute offense, they're trying to run some clock here in this half, Lauren. They score way too soon again. Nah, we'll take it. We'll take it. The Leafs up 34-zip at this point. Minute and 29 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Call Aroma Pizza, 944-6171. 10th caller, you win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only, must redeem within 1 week.
There's a few people left in Geneseo, but we got a great crowd here. Amazing. They're chanting, "We are Green Machine," as they always do.
Wolak with the extra point try, and it's good. 35-0 Geneseo. 1:29 to play before halftime.
And the Phillips crowd, it looks like they've gained a few over there. They might be up over the 50 or 60 fan mark. And they're probably stunned. They probably haven't seen anything quite. Matter of fact, I'm sure they haven't seen anything quite like this. They're wondering what these farm boys can do, but they're kind of teaching them a lesson in football right now. Game's a long ways from over, though.
Singbush and Snyder, they hook up for the third time this season for a touchdown. And Race, who had a 53-yard touchdown against Streeter, also had a 50-yarder against Dunlap. This one covered 52 yards, just 2 plays, 58 yards, 48 seconds off the clock, 35-0 Geneseo. And Snyder has his 8th touchdown pass of the season. We're 1 out of 1 today throwing the ball, Bob, and it's a touchdown.
Phillips, you want a percentage on that?
Yeah.
Pretty close to 100.
Okay.
Phillips defenders, you expect them to be fast. They had a pretty good angle on Singbush, but he just flat out outran them.
Kevin Wolak to restart the game. Ball is loose on this Geneseo sideline and goes out of bounds. Geneseo trying to come up with it. No, they did. We got blocked out. And who has it?
They're going to rule that he had possession before he ran out of bounds. That ball, the Phillips offense did not even go for the football. You're going to say Jordan Shanowski on that one? Number 20.
Slid down. I thought that ball was going out, and he just comes swooping in. And
it looked like the ball was going out of bounds. It surely looked like that they probably had ruled that he carried it out before he had possession. But he must have, they fed out possession and slid out of bounds, Leafs with the football on the 27-yard line with 1:28 left.
Webster on the wing to the left. Counter play to Webster, trying to get outside. Can he beat the defensive back? To the 25, the 20. And double teamed and tackled at the 16-yard line. That's a
very, very close to a first down. Give it to him and remove the chains.
That'll stop the clock. 1:21. Plenty of time here to get another touchdown before the end of this first half. Well, that worked out well.
It worked out extremely well. Pretty much unbelievable. They did not even go for that football. It just kind of laid there. It just mattered whether it was going to be inbounds or out.
Webster takes the toss, right side. Miss tackle, and then Webster gets hit hard inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Gain of 7, and Geneseo's going to take a timeout, and that'll be their second timeout of this half. They have 1 left.
Once again, the Maple Leafs dominating the football game in every phase of the game. Special teams, offense, defense. The offensive line is just blowing them off the line. Any tackle they're making is downfield. They've got 8 in the box, and they still can't. They can't contain the interior even. But we knew at the onset, you could see the way they were pinching in that the outside would be open eventually, and we haven't even seen Snyder keep the ball on the outside yet.
Right.
Maybe this play.
Maybe we'll hold off and use that next week. So that kick by Kevin Wolak, I mean, that ball just came to almost a stop there on the sideline. I thought it actually had rolled out, but.
Well, he's a golfer. He knows how to stop that wedge right on the pin.
Right.
We had Shanowski.
So Geneseo's going to come out after the timeout. We got to help the coaches out a little bit. They help us. We got to help them.
That was awkward. But the coaching staff were wondering who recovered the fumble, and we feel that was definitely Shanowski on that play. If the replay shows us differently, we'll know.
I think we're going to step down here, Bob, get off our chairs so we can. Got some room in the press box now. Counter play, Singbush up the middle. Breaks a tackle, gets free, into the end zone. It's a Green Machine touchdown as Singbush able to weave his way through, break a tackle, and put Geneseo up 41-0.
Now we know why they've given up a lot of points. They score a lot of points, but they also give up a lot of points. They're not good tacklers. He did at least have to break about 3 tackles on that time. Nice run by Ray Singbush.
Singbush has his second touchdown tonight in less than 2 touchdowns within 30 seconds.
Are there any different running clock rules in the playoffs than the regular season?
I don't think so. And I think the Green Machine fans are going to welcome this with the rain falling here in Chicago. Whistle before the snap of the ball. Kevin missed the extra point anyway. So we'll try that again.
Yeah. I think that whistle kind of threw him off. He just went through the motions. They're going to move it back 5 yards, and it's still well within Kevin's range, even against the wind. Should not be a problem here. Had one bad snap, or actually one slick ball that Matt Rowley could not hang on to. So the Leafs had 1 missed extra point and then went for 2 on the ensuing touchdown.
This is Ryan Ganson actually who's going to kick the extra point, and the snap is bobbled and no kick there by Geneseo. We have to give away a pizza if you haven't called already. 10th caller, La Roma Pizza. Win a free large 2-topping pizza. Must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza 944-6171.
41-0 here, and we're still in the first half. La Roma's going to go broke tonight. Hope they get a few paying customers too out there. Show them your appreciation. They've been with us all year and several years past.
6 touchdowns tonight for Geneseo. They had 21 first quarter points. They've added 20 more in the second period, and they have scored 2 touchdowns within the last 26 seconds. And Singbush has both of them, one on a touchdown reception, pass thrown by quarterback Luke Snyder, and now a 9-yard touchdown run. So you got Singbush with 2 tonight, Akery has 3, and Webster has the other touchdown for this Geneseo backfield.
That's a new design of their 2-minute offense to score more than once. Set up your 2-minute offense so you score quickly and then you get the other one. How silly of it was it that we mentioned they scored early?
Wolak, it's picked up at the 35, brought up the middle and free at midfield, and a tackle from behind which saved a long gain. And that's Ryan Pitcher who comes up and nips him at the heels.
Actually, it might have been tough to bring him down if Pitcher doesn't make that tackle, because the guys are kind of backpedaling, trying to get position to make that tackle, and he makes a move. And this is the first time the Leafs have not had good field position after a kickoff.
From the 45-yard line, Collins, and it's Mislow who comes in from behind and wraps him up at the legs for no gain.
Mislow pinches that thing in, then makes the tackle too. If he didn't make the tackle, he had that turned right into the
20 seconds to play in the first half. Geneseo 41, Chicago Phillips 0.
Mike Murray on this side, Nick Verbeck over on the far side. A.J. Marmion in the middle. Putting pressure, putting pressure.
And down he goes. The quarterback sack by Mislow.
They're turning Mislow loose on almost every play.
And that's an end.
A great scheme by the defensive Geneseo to put Mislow on the quarterback.
Time 41-0 over Chicago Phillips.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
And welcome back to the second half of football from Gately Stadium in Chicago. It's been all Green Machine, 41-0. 6 touchdowns in the first half and a shutout by the Geneseo defense, going accordingly to plan, Bob.
Well, as you mentioned, you know, we got 2.5 straight games with shutout. You don't know if you're going to maintain that through the second half because you are going to see a lot of depth on the field. The premium with the running clock is going to be on making sure nobody gets hurt. You know, you still want to maintain a control the football game, but if they put a score or 2 on the board, that's just a sacrifice you may have to make sure nobody gets hurt when your key players gets hurt.
Still a light rain coming down here. I think it's kind of let up some. I think we were going to have somewhat of a break in the weather, but I think we're going to probably see a little bit raining harder maybe after we get out of here. But good news, it's the running clock, so we've got about a half hour of football to play.
Most of the umbrellas are down, so it's not very strong at all. And, the people are really just enjoying the heck out of this weather. The good thing is it's not really cold. It's in that upper 50, 60-degree range. And, the people are really enjoying it. Usually when you have a rainy day like this, you have people can't wait for the football game to get over there. They're just enjoying every second of this thing, laughing and cheering.
Geneseo in the first half, 244 yards rushing, another 52 passing, 296 total, compared to just 91 yards for the Wildcats, and their quarterback, Dwayne Collins, just has 68 total yards. They kick off to Geneseo. It's going to be fielded by Ryan Pitra at the 15, to the 25 to 30. Pitra up the middle to about the 40-yard line.
Nice return by Ryan Pitra. Had to kind of wiggle and jiggle and dance through that line, but he wasn't far from finding a seam to break that thing. Again, the coverage defensively by the Wildcats, a little suspect. I don't know if they made adjustments during halftime or not.
I don't know.
You could tell the whole second quarter they played with their shoulders down. They may feel this game is over.
Greg Rusk is going to come out as the new quarterback for Geneseo, number 4. He's a junior, hurt earlier in the year and back in uniform, so it's good to see Rusk back on the field. 1st and 10, a new Geneseo backfield as well. Joey Medina met up the middle after a run of 2. And for the most part, the starting offensive line is in, except at right tackle, it is Zach Mackey, number 65.
Yeah, you got Jordan Sanowski at one of the running backs, as you mentioned, along with Joey Medina. And you see who's running the fullback spot?
I think it's Jacob
It looks like
Aker.
Jacob Aker, yeah.
Aker, a senior, and got the start at Streeter. And so he's been a valuable member of this team in the backfield, and he lines up behind Rusk. Short run of 2, it's 2nd and 8. We're in the third quarter, just underway. Shanowski with room to run, and then gets dropped quickly at the 48-yard line.
It looked like he had a nice seam, but one would-be tackler came up and got him. About 2 yards short of the first down, but at least still moving the football. They're still blowing them off the line. It doesn't look like they made a lot of defensive adjustments. Still putting 8 up there in the box, and if you can get through that seam, and it's just 1 or 2 guys that have any kind of a chance for you.
Right, get through that first wave of the defensive line, and seen Lane Akery break open a long run tonight of 31 yards and a touchdown, and now it's a third and short, 2nd and short. 2 yards to go. Medina cutting back now to the outside to the 47-yard line of Chicago Phillips, and it's a first down.
So the Maple Leafs with the secondary backfield in, pick up a first down on the opening drive. They're across midfield already. As you mentioned, all the offensive linemen are still there, still rotating the same guys in at end, with the exception of Zach Mackey taking that tackle spot.
So yeah, you got Rob Smith at left guard, Nathan Frankie at right guard, Jeremy May at center.
And what a job they've done tonight.
Mike Murray at left tackle. Van Doren at left tight end. Shanowski goes in motion behind Aker, and Jacob Aker gets the call. And Jacob,
just keep on driving.
Give him 4 yards.
You'll take 4 yards on first down, especially when you're in Phillips territory. Just keep driving it. Nice job by that offensive line that's done the job all night long. I don't know how many good things you can say about them. They just played outstanding.
8 yards per carry in the first half for the Geneseo backfield. Akery had 103, 78 from Webster, and Singbush with 63, and they combined for 5 rushing touchdowns.
Josh King checks in at the running back spot.
Lined up right behind Rusk on second down. Medina hit as he gets the football.
Oh, and
A little celebration afterwards.
Little celebration, standing over him, straddle his legs, standing over the top, and taunting a little bit. But, you know, the game is over. This is no time to try to beat on your chest.
Well, his back's to the scoreboard, so.
That's what he did. That's right. He couldn't see the score.
Geneseo crowd making some noise here, cheering on the Green Machine offense.
3rd and 7. You'd like to pick up a first down here, keep moving this football.
From the Phillips 44-yard line, double wing, Schnowski in motion. And the football is fumbled, and Geneseo may have got it back.
Aker never did get the handoff, but he did kick the ball forward a little bit and pick up a yard or two as he fell on it. Well, it's going to be 4th and about 6, and actually didn't get much at all, did he?
Now we'll let the clock run down here, and we'll either take a timeout or just rush the punt team in.
They're just letting the clock roll to the point where they kicked the football. Running clock here in the second half. It's going to be hard to score 41 points with the Leafs leading 41-0 with a running clock. Very difficult.
Kevin Wolak stands at his own 44-yard line to punt the football. Josh Beard, the long snapper, ready to spin it back to him. Pressure coming, and Wolak gets it up into the wind, and it hits it goes out of bounds here.
Tried to pooch that a little bit, and he's going to end up right at the 20-yard line anyway. Didn't want to try not to kick it into the end zone, but ends up at the 20-yard line anyway, which is still good defensive field position for the Leafs.
Clock's on a run again. Change of possession. Clock does not stop. Does not stop on first downs. Only stops after a team scores a touchdown or there's actual timeout taken by a team.
Looks like they got the starting unit in there with the nickel in there. Got Snyder in as the extra defensive back.
Collins, 2 of 8 passing, bobbles the snap, and is wrapped up by Mislow. A loss on the play. And Geneseo helps the quarterback up.
Brandon Mislow, once again, is that the 4th or 5th tackle in the backfield?
Close to 5, at least 4.
And he had a hold of his arm. I thought he was going to rip the football out.
Loss on the play, but 3-yard loss, 2nd and 13. Ball back to the 17-yard line with 2 receivers wide to the left. Collins in the pocket, pressure coming, and he gets sacked by Ryan Pitra. Pitra takes his legs out from underneath him.
Pitra hits him first. As you said, is he going down, and Mislow is right there on the spot too. Mislow wants to get in on that. Anything in the defensive backfield or offensive backfield, he wants to be there. He doesn't want to miss out. Running clock going at 5:40 here in the 3rd quarter. Ticking quickly.
And it's 3rd and 17. First team defense still on the field for Geneseo with a shutout on the board. Collins fakes the snap, tries to run it upfield, and is knocked down by Cooper Humphreys after a short run of about 5 yards. It'll be 4th and 10, and here comes the punt team for the Wildcats.
Cooper submarined him on that play. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and very long. 4th and about 14 or 15, so they are going to kick it away. They got the wind at their back. See what happens here with this punt. Most of their punts have been low trajectory and not very deep.
This will be their 4th punt of the night. They've had a fumble and 2 series stopped and loss of downs. And who's going to get it? Haxby picks it up after it hits the carpet, trying to weave between 2 defenders and gets back across the 50 to the 48-yard line. And it looks like Geneseo's going to come in with a new lineup.
Yep, they replaced the offensive backfield in the last series, and now they got the offensive line pretty well replaced. Haxby's head snapped around. I thought maybe we'd see a face mask call, but they did not. No flags were on the ground.
Kyle Mayer's going to come in at one of the tight end positions. I saw Grant Pritchard, number 73, come in. Again, Zach Mackey still in at right tackle.
Paul Castor is going to snap the ball, come in at the center spot.
Bailey Weber, number 88, at the left tight end position. And the backfield is the same for Geneseo. 4 minutes to play in the 3rd. 41-0 Geneseo over Chicago Phillips. Medina to the left end. Up to about the 45. And it's a gain of 3. Joe Thomas will get the play in from Coach Larry Johnson.
still rotating those same ends, and they got about 4 play runners in there, and so they don't have any worry about keeping them fresh.
Travis Mackey, defensive coordinator. What a job he's done here in his coaching staff this playoff season.
He knew exactly where he wanted Brandon Mislow tonight. He had Brandon Mislow exactly where he needed him all night long.
2nd and 10. They try a counter. Medina caught in the backfield, and then lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage as, again, Phillips has 8 in the box, and they're just coming into the backfield. They're not even expecting maybe a pass here at all. Again, we've got a new lineup in for Geneseo, and they've got their first team defense in. 3rd and 8.
Kyle Mayer checks in with the play, and the Leafs come up to the line.
So Geneseo's going to line it up with 2 wings and Aker in the backfield. To throw, Rusk is going to roll out, flips it over, and just over the head of Jordan Shanowski, and just could not hang on to it, and the pass falls incomplete. Does not stop the clock, but it is 4th down.
Slightly behind Shanowski and just a little bit high. Otherwise, Shanowski would have had some running room. It looked like 1st down, and you really don't expect him to throw it, but when the clock doesn't stop an incomplete pass, why not?
They've just been lining up in that box.
Yeah.
They had probably 11 guys in the box here for this drive, and Geneseo's going to punt the football. It'll be under 2 minutes by the time the Wildcat offense comes out in this 3rd quarter. 41-0, Geneseo with 21 points in the 1st quarter and 20 more in the 2nd. Wolak, nice punt, spiral, sending Skanes back to the 10.
Oh, there's another clip. Yeah, there
out
you
to
go.
The 15, penalty flag thrown as Skanes gets wrapped up and brought down before the 25-yard line, but this is going to get backed up on a clip.
Once again, Hexby got busted in the back. He didn't have a chance to get up and make the tackle this time, though. Ball was moved about 8 yards upfield beyond where the infraction occurred. They're going to take it back where the infraction occurred and march it off from there.
And again, with the penalty and change of possession, we have a continuous clock, and that does not stop the clock. So
no, they can keep talking about this all they want. Clock keeps ticking. It's 1:16, 1:15. It's ticking down in the 3rd quarter. And the Leafs are making some substitutions here on this defense. Now got.
Yeah, it looks like they just basically took everybody that was on offense and put them on defense. Sam Arndt's in.
Got Grant Pritchard back in there.
Parker Salisbury's up on the defensive line. We'll try to get them all in here for you as they hand it off up the middle. Run out to about the 18-yard line, a run of 8 for the Wildcats as we near the 30-second mark of this 3rd quarter.
We stop and think about it. This is quite a challenge because this is a really dynamic offense. They haven't showed it tonight because the Maple Leaf defense is just plain phenomenal. But this is a tough offense for a second unit to come up against.
Bo Lindstrom in the secondary, and it's their tailback. It's a 1st down run to the 33-yard line, which looks to be the final play of this 3rd quarter with 12 seconds and the clock on the move.
Running clock. It doesn't stop when they go out of bounds. It doesn't stop on the incomplete pass. It just rolls. So that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
Score remains the same. It's Geneseo 41, Chicago Phillips 0.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
One final quarter to play from Gately Stadium in Chicago with a running clock. the Geneseo Green Machine 41, the Wildcats of Phillips 0. And moving on to the semifinals next week, Bob.
This 12 minutes should roll pretty quickly. The Leafs have their second unit in defensively. It's quite a challenge for them.
3/4 of shutout ball. Handoff to the tailback.
This one's trouble.
Trying to get to the outside and is into Geneseo territory to about the 46-yard line. That's another first down run for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they're chewing up the yardage now against this the second unit, but it takes them a while to get used to reading this. It's really a tricky offense. They score 44 points a game.
Geneseo just trying to read that. Is it a handoff to the tailback? Is the quarterback going to keep it? So give them a few plays here. They'll get it down. Tailback again, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and there's a nice tackle. Grant Pritchard, I think, came down. Parker Salisbury.
I think it might have been Salisbury hitting first.
And Justin Scott came up too.
Justin Scott shot up there and got him for a short gain, about 3 yards.
Again, Geneseo playing at home next week in the semifinals against Rockford Lutheran. And we'll have it for you on TV 50 right here. Second down. Tailback again. Gets through a crease down the sideline. Has a first down run inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 27. 10:49 to play in the game.
Cole Hunsaker checks into the ball game, number 36. Justin Scott checks out.
Geneseo in that, playing their 5 guys on the line of scrimmage for Geneseo. First down play. Quarterback wrapped up in the backfield, back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. And that was Cole who just came in.
He just came in, makes a tackle, got in the backfield.
Hunsaker with the stop. He had some help there by Grant Pritchard. Second down and 8. I haven't changed the down marker here on this side, but we'll try to keep it straight up here in the booth. On second down, it's the tailback again off the right side, close to the 15-yard line.
9 minutes and 50 seconds left. The clock running with a 41-0 lead by the Leafs.
Again, Phillips.
But the Leafs are in danger of giving up their first points in 3 games.
Yes, they are. But Phillips has their starting offense in, and this is the Geneseo defense that's playing 2 or 3 deep right now. And they keep handing it off to the tailback, who's had room to run on this drive, and he gets inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line.
Looked like a flag. Maybe it was a leaf. The wind is blowing. They can't tell what's blowing around out there. Looks like I was seeing things. It had to be a leaf.
Yeah, the rain's let up some, but the wind has not. And luckily we're, around 50 degrees tonight. If it was 30 degrees, it'd be something else. It might be some snow. Quarterback fakes the handoff, and Collins is wrapped up at the 6-yard line.
Over on the far side. Having a hard time reading that number.
So what is it, third down?
No, it's second.
Second down.
Yeah, that was first and goal. Going to be second and goal now.
Ball at the 6-yard line of Geneseo. 8:40 to play in the game. Geneseo has this game well in hand, 41-0. But this defense wants to preserve this shutout. Collins takes the snap. Option. Pitches it back to the tailback. He's got the corner, and he's wrapped up before he gets to the end zone by Josh Beard.
That was an outstanding play by Beard. He just wasn't going to get outrun. He was heading for that pylon. Picked up a couple yards. It's going to be third and goal. About the 3-yard line?
Yep, 3-yard line. Geneseo with a goal line stand in the first round of the playoffs against Genoa Kingston. Let's have another one here. 8 minutes to play in the game. Third and goal from the Geneseo 3. Leafs up by 41 with Phillips threatening to score for the first time. Tailback up the middle, and he's in. It's a touchdown. Phillips gets on the board for the first time in this game, and it took him 4 quarters, 7 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the game.
Apparently they do stop the clock when their team scores.
You have to stop the clock, yes, for the extra point. And they'll go for 2 here. Although we did see them warm up and try to kick some extra points on both ends of the field.
Score stands at 41-6. Running clock, 7 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the game.
Collins in the shotgun talking to his tailback, Warren. Keeps it himself and basically walks into the end zone for the 2-point try. It's good. 41-8 is the score now. Geneseo still ahead on the scoreboard. So the clock stops, 7:48 to play. They'll restart the game on the kickoff.
And the Leafs did give up a score, but they ran a good quarter of the game off the clock. That second unit did in order for them to get one touchdown. Only got just a little over an eighth of the game left. Chicago Phillips winning their first 2 playoffs in the school history this year to get to this game. Probably happy with that.
They are, and you look at next year, they got their quarterback coming back, Dwayne Collins. They've got some other key players as well. On this team, their leading receiver, Clavon Skanes, is a sophomore. And their coach is turning things around here, Troy McAllister. So might be a team we see later on. Could be a team that we might schedule sometime too in the regular season. Never know.
It's quite a story, because just a few years ago they were pretty destitute. So good for them.
Yeah, they've turned not only the football program around, but also the educational system here at the school. Phillips will try an onside kick, and it's rolling around, and Geneseo was able to fall on it and secure it at the 42-yard line.
Is that Sam Arndt?
Sam Arndt, yes.
Sam Arndt recovered that football. That ball bounced a couple of times, almost one too many. But the Leafs pick it up, and the clock is running. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in this ball game, and Geneseo faithful came out in large numbers, is happy for the running clock, because we're going to get on the road. Looking forward to next week's football game.
Back home, 3rd home game of the playoffs next week. Geneseo lines it up. Rusk is going to pitch it back to Joey Medina, number 44, and he's back to the line of scrimmage off the left side. So regular season, Bob, Geneseo had just 4 home regular season games, and we're like, it'd be nice to have some more games, through the playoffs. So we get 3 more.
That's good.
So 1 more to go, but 3 total. So 7 home games this year, and a chance to go on to state.
I've never been in the press box down there up there at DeKalb, but that's got to be pretty good accommodations, I would hope.
I hope so too. I mean, these are pretty nice right here, but maybe they'll pamper us if we get.
I'll tell you, it was pretty nice down in Champaign, but I'm pretty sure Northern Illinois has got to have a pretty good facility.
Second down play, it's Medina trying to get farther outside here, and about the same distance. Give him a yard to the 43 with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. 41-8 Geneseo.
Once again, the Geneseo second unit out there trying to move the football, and it'd really be nice to pick up a first down and make that clock roll. They ran the ball for 2 plays and ran off almost 2 minutes, but there's still 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in this football game. Nice to see that clock run. 41-8.
Justin Cain's going to split out wide to the right on 3rd and long. Rusk is going to give it to his fullback, Jacob Aker, running hard off the left side, nearing the 50-yard line, stopped at the 48 of Geneseo, and it's going to be 4th down and 4.
That's a nice run, but it just didn't get him enough. At least you're going to have to kick it away. I assume they're going to kick it away. Yeah, they're going to let the clock run down a little bit here and then have to kick that football.
Well, like Geneseo, Phillips has an alumni that went on to Northwestern to play college football and into the NFL, Chris Hinton. And he's a trivia question.
It's got to be a trivia question. I would never have guessed.
Because he was traded for John Elway. Drafted number 4 overall and traded to the Colts for John Elway. That's Chris Hinton, who played here at Phillips. Wolak to punt the ball. And a nice punt, win-aided, fielded at the 5-yard line by Skanes.
He's running laterally.
And
they got it pinned. They got it pinned. Oh, he's loose. He's not going very far, though.
Outran a few guys, made a couple nice moves, but then got caught at the 10-yard line, and we're down to 4.5 minutes to play in the game. So Geneseo's Barry Pearson with the Northwestern, of course, and on to the NFL.
Joe Thomas in on that tackle. Pretty sure I saw Joey Medina getting off that pile after carrying the ball a few times on that last series.
Gage Blackert's in at nose guard for Geneseo, number 63. And to his left is Carson Krause. Grant Pritchard also up there. First down play, hit in the backfield. Tailback gets loose, down the Geneseo sideline, and then tackled at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, he looked like they had him in the backfield. Just kind of got loose. Trying to see who came up and who's walking off the field. Is it Shanowski?
Yes.
I think Shanowski was on the tackle, just walked off the field. Carson Krause also on the tackle.
Collins with pressure. Nobody back there to hand it off, and he goes down for a loss on the play. It's Krause who makes the tackle, I think.
Lost his man. Thought he had a running back there, and it wasn't there. Broken play. 2nd and 10.
Collins.
The man running the down marker is having a hard time keeping up with the game.
Yes. Collins hasn't hurt Geneseo tonight at all. It's been their tailback here in this second half with the running clock and against the 2nd and 3rd team. But here's Collins, who just gashed us for a first down.
Yeah, tackler had him in the backfield. Had a missed tackle. I think it was Bo Lindstrom just about had him, and he wiggled out of that. But, you know, he's done that to a lot of people.
2:40 to play in the game. 41-8 Geneseo on their way to a semifinal game against Rockford Lutheran at Bob Reed Field next Saturday.
No, going nowhere on that one. Brought down just over the line of scrimmage by Beard, Josh Beard.
Adam Smith in the lineup defensively for Geneseo. He's number 83.
And don't forget Philip Anderson. Philip Anderson at that outside linebacker spot.
He's ready to
get it done right now.
Watch him, number 27, lined up on the left side. They run the other way, and it's Collins. Puts his head down and gets to the Geneseo 45. Kyle Mayer, yep.
And the clock's still running, a minute 50 seconds, and the Leafs are going on 41-8 at this point. Whether Phillips scores again or not is going to be a moot point. The Leafs are going to win this football game.
Geneseo will win their 70th playoff game tonight. It'll be the 37th in playoff appearance for Geneseo as a state record, and they'll be in the semifinals for the 15th time, the last time in 2009. Pass is dropped, incomplete, and will make it 2nd down for the Wildcats.
I think it was Anderson fell on the football over there thinking, or Josh, was it Beard? No, that was Phillip. Anderson fell on the football over there thinking that might have been a lateral.
1 minute to play in the game. Phillips has the football. They trail 41-8 to Geneseo. Collins hands it off. Getting loose up the middle of the field. And a nice tackle made there by Geneseo.
Gunnar Gaines on the tackle. But that was kind of a misdirection. It looked like he was going the other way. Just stopped, came back to the left and picked up big yardage. 36 seconds. Phillips trying. They call a timeout. They want to put more points on the board, and I have no idea why.
Clock will stop 35 seconds on the Phillips timeout. And so next week, we'll just have to check and see what time we play, but it is at home against Rockford Lutheran, a team that has 655 students. First time we'll play Rockford Lutheran, so 3 of the 4 opponents this year in the postseason, Bob, have all been first-time meetings. We played Genoa Kingston for first time, we've played Phillips here for the first time, and now we move on to Rockford Lutheran. And being in this 4A playoff field, we're starting to see teams out of Richmond Burton's conference, Genoa Kingston, Harvard, those type of conferences, Plano, Coal City. So I think that's going to be kind of a pattern in years to come here for Geneseo football in the 4A playoffs, playing those types of teams from those conferences.
We're also seeing teams that put a lot of points on the board, but the Maple Leaf defense has really been up to it here. 35 seconds left to go in this game, and why Phillips called a timeout, I'm not sure, but they must want to put more points on the board. They're going to run it now.
at the 20-yard line. Collins to throw it, completes it. Receiver gets to the 15 and then is tackled at the 14-yard line. Again, they have 2 timeouts left, and they'll take another timeout. Some groans here from the Geneseo crowd. They're wet. They just want to get back in the cars and head home.
You have to look really deep to figure out what possible meaning they could have for calling timeouts right now, because it doesn't matter what the score is. They're gonna be done, and it is kind of irritating here. That's the purpose of the running clock, is to move this football game along. The game is over.
Geneseo tonight, 21 points in the first quarter, 20 in the second, 5 rushing touchdowns. Lane Akery had 3, and he was over 100 yards. Webster and Singbush both had a rushing touchdown, and Race and Luke Snyder connected for a touchdown pass. Jordan Shanowski made a nice play on a kickoff, recovering the ball along the Geneseo sideline. That led to the 6th touchdown late in the second quarter. Geneseo defense forcing 1 turnover tonight, and now trying to keep the Wildcats off the scoreboard. They pitch it back, ball is fumbled, and Geneseo recovers at the 21-yard line. Clock will continue to run, and that's going to end this football game.
That's definitely going to end the football game. Not exactly sure who recovered it. I saw Adam Smith in that area, but it doesn't really matter. The Leafs win.
Geneseo's lining up here at midfield to shake hands. We got the "We Are Green Machine" chant going from this Geneseo crowd that traveled well here to Chicago and Gately Stadium to watch Geneseo win this quarterfinal game and improve to 11-1 on the season. They have a matchup next week at home against Rockford Lutheran, another 11-1 team. And for Chicago Phillips, their season ends at 8-4 with this 41-8 victory by the Geneseo Green Machine.
A lot of objectives were succeeded tonight. Number one, you get the win. You know, you really make some more progress on your offense and your defensive schemes. The special teams played outstandingly, and above a lot of the other things, nobody hurt. Came out of this thing very healthy.
And we're going to wait just to get a couple stats here from Willis. A lot of the yardage that we're going to see here for the final stats was in the first half of play by the Geneseo offense. And again, this Geneseo defense had 3 quarters of shutout football. So Geneseo did go 11 quarters straight shutout football here in this postseason before the Wildcats scored in the 4th quarter, and not against the starting defense for the Maple Leafs. But it is a victory, and it puts Geneseo in the semifinals next week. We're looking forward to bringing you the game here on TV 50 and a chance to go on to the Class 4A state title game, which will be played at Husky Stadium in DeKalb. So Geneseo only had to throw the ball 1 time tonight. In the first half, they completed the pass, Luke Snyder to Ray Singbush. We tried to pass in the second half, just went incomplete. But got Greg Rusk back into the game. That was good to see. Rusk back in, and we're pretty much healthy here heading into Rockford Lutheran. Well, Geneseo crowd starting to depart, and a lot of happy faces.
It's fun watching them pile out of here. You know, they walking away. You would think sitting out here in the rain, and at this time of year it might be a cold rain, but fortunately it wasn't. The temperature really was not devastating. And the biggest thing, of course, the Leafs come away with a very convincing win, dominated every phase of the game, and move on.
Geneseo 268 yards rushing, 244 it was in the first half. They had 320 total yards. 247 yards for Chicago Phillips. They had about 150 of those yards in the second half, only 91 in the first half. And individually for Geneseo tonight, Lane Akery, 103 yards, 3 touchdowns, 78 yards from Ryan Webster. Singbush had 63 yards and a touchdown. Jacob Aker had 9 yards, 6 from Jordan Shanowski. Snyder, 52 yards passing and a touchdown to Ray Singbush. And for Chicago Phillips, their leading rusher was their tailback Johnson, who had 153 yards. 69 yards rushing by Collins, and Collins only had 35 yards passing, so just 104 yards total offense from Dwayne Collins. Geneseo defense gets it done tonight, so does the offense, and the final score 41-8. So for Bob Pettit, this is Lauren Lemke, and we want to thank the following people for their helping out with the broadcast, especially Turpin Motors for providing the transportation. And
nice ride, Lauren.
it was a sweet ride, and we're looking forward to driving back home. Ron Hartman and Geneseo Communications, thank you for providing TV50's internet streaming. Kim Kennett back at the WGRG FM studio. Our statistician, Willis Andel, technical coordinator Keith Kennett, and to you, Green Machine football fans. The Green Machine rolling on to the semifinals next week. This is Lauren Lemke. Final score, 41-8 Geneseo over Phillips.